Hi, my name is Gordy. I'm a watercolor painter. Welcome to my exhibit at Moon Tree Gallery. I've been painting watercolors for, I'm thinking, close to 40 years. I'm going to say 39 because I couldn't be that old. Lately, these last, let's say 8 years, I think, I've been involved with painting subjects that are down at the water. So this exhibit, Down to the Water, has everything to do with what I'm painting. I've known over these last 8 years or so, a series of turtles have come out, and they kept coming along the way. That it became obvious that the hardest part of these paintings was actually the water itself. And it became fascinated with what happens with light on the water, and particularly with subjects that are both underwater, on the water, in the water. One of the things that I am fascinated with is also the sort of separate realities that exist in water that you're trying to portray. That which is reflected on top, that which is actually sitting on the water. It could be a duck, a turtle, a rock, a twig floating, whatever. That which is under the water, which then is obscured and distorted. So there's color difference between that which is under and that which is on, which I've exploited a lot in these paintings. This painting is called Spotted Turtle Arrangement, and I have one called Spotted Turtle Composition, one called Two Spotteds. It's one of those things where the turtle itself is of interest to me because I've been looking for this turtle. It's a native species of Indiana, but I've been looking for this turtle for years and never found it in the wild. It is challenged in Indiana now. In fact, is registered as, or is classified as state endangered. They are available, or they are still thriving in other populations in New England and places like that. But this one in particular came to me by invitation to the turtle rehabilitation place that a friend of mine who found me through these paintings invited me when she got these two spotted turtles by confiscation, where they were being held illegally as pets. But she knew that I had been looking for them for years and called me to come and study these turtles before she released them in her ponds. She knew she was going to have to keep them because they had been domesticated too long. They'd been held too long in aquariums. So anyway, when she brought me to the place and handed me these two turtles, so I was able to walk them to places in her rehabilitation ponds that I was able to stage them, and that they weren't able to just swim away from me and be gone from my ability to observe them. So what I was looking for here was a similarity in shapes of the rocks with the turtle shells, but then it sort of accentuates the glisten that is on the black shell with the yellow dots. They're also very, very colorful on the underside, where there's some bright oranges that pop up on the edges. These two paintings in particular are not about turtles, but they are something that I found as while I'm out on the water or next to the water, very early morning, as the mist is coming up off the water and the sun is not quite up, is a really magical time on the water. And I noticed that the colors are quite different than they normally are, and I wanted to see if I could capture the mist as it comes up and diffuses those colors. This one was the earliest of this series, and cooler colors. You can see just the yellow just starting to pull up on top of the trees in the middle of the painting. Whereas in the one next to it, this one is called Fog Rising. This one called Low Hanging Limb is a little further down the river, a little later in the morning, showing again a little more of the sun hitting in the water. But what I was looking for in this was the sparkle of the reflections in the water versus the mist rising up off of them. Well, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the exhibit.